Hello, welcome to Kia e-Niro Diaries. I hope you're not roasting like the apples on my tree in the garden. It's just the heat we've had has been unbelievable. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago we set off on what will turn out to be the longest road trip we've ever done in the e-Niro, and you go, oh no, not another electric car road trip, but quite a few interesting things happened with respect to charging as we went into Germany and the Czech Republic and all the way across France. So yeah, it wasn't as hot in Germany in Germany we were lucky because the temperature was nothing like what it is here in eastern Germany, and we had some nice cool drizzly rain and cloudy days. It's amazing how you appreciate these things when you don't have them. So anyway, there's so much video material. If I tried to do this in one go, it would be like an hour or more long. So I've broken it up into, I think it's going to be 4 parts. So it's a little bit like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a trilogy in 4 parts, just not quite as good. Hello, welcome to Kia e-Niro Diaries. It's 30th of June, 8:30 in the morning, and we're about to set off on a 12-day trip, which according to the route planner I've done is about 3,100 kilometers. So we're heading east. First stop is a couple of nights in Metz, then heading into Germany and eventually into southeastern Germany to a region known as the Maloweg, where we're going to do some hiking for 3 days, then down into Prague, a couple of nights in Prague, then coming out west again, 1 night in Nuremberg, and then back into France, into the Vosges Mountains, a couple of nights by Lake Gradamir. So the heat dome that gave us over 40 degrees for a few days last week and has always been over 30 for about 3 weeks now is shifting east. And what are we doing? We're going east. Actually, the forecast by the time we get over there should be quite okay, sort of temperatures in the mid to late high 20s. So hopefully it won't be too bad because it's very, very warm again today. So anyway, I've charged to 100%. Without the air conditioning on, it's showing 515 kilometers. Bear in mind this car is 7 and a bit years old and has done 141,000 kilometers. Put the air conditioning on, which we will need, and that drops to 475. But as I say, we'll be on auto routes, péage all the way. I will just drive and for about 2-3 hours, and then we'll plug in and see where we are with the range and the efficiency. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's already about 21 degrees. Not as hot as it has been, but it's due to get up to 30 again today. So we've done 225 kilometers. Needed the bathroom, to be honest, but there just happened to be an Ionity charger. Still have 45% of the battery, showing about 220 kilometers remaining. So real world range then, based on how far we've gone and how much is left, is about 440, 450. But we've been doing, I set the cruise control, once we got on the auto route, I set the cruise control at 124, 125, which is kind of really about 120 in this car. It's quite busy from Poitiers to Tours, but we're on the road to Orléans now and heading up towards Paris. And there's a lot more space around to drive nice and quickly. So yeah, we've been running into a headwind as well. Average 16.1 kilowatt hours, 100 kilometers, which is whatever that is in miles. And interesting thing, I wanted to go a bit further actually, and get to a lower state of charge. Let's say we've done 226 kilometers and we're still on 45%. And I plugged in, and it's straight away giving me 74 kilowatts, which for this car is amazing. We never see really higher than that, but yeah. So yeah, we're just going to be here for a bit, use the loo. We've done that. Have a bite to eat, and then plan our next sort of leg of this journey. Still a long way to go. Is it? Anyway, here we are back on the road. This is e-Niro in the seat. We had a very nice stop actually, eating some of Mrs. e-Niro's excellent cake and some tea out of a flask. And actually we were charging for 28 minutes. We got 26 kilowatt hours of power on board, at an average rate of 56 kilowatts. So yeah, it's quickly back up to 80% again, about 380 of range to play with. Just get up to Blois and then start to head east towards Troyes. Do about another 130, 150 kilometres and maybe have another break. And it'll be about lunchtime. Oh yes, it'll be lunchtime then, yes.
Bladder time.
What?
Bladder time.
Bladder time. Well, yeah, we've already had one of those, but there'll be another one. So this is the A19, which is about 80 kilometers south of Paris. It runs east-west from Orléans over to Troyes, and it is a busy working day. Look at this. We came on this motorway for the first time about 4 years ago in the winter and couldn't believe how empty it was. It was at night time in the winter. This is no busier really. Hardly any traffic at all. Mrs. e-Niro piling up the kilometres. Oh, done 310 since we left home. How's that?
I'm having lessons on cruise control.
Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. e-Niro's never been that confident with using cruise control, but if you're going to learn to use cruise control, this is the place to do it. Okay, a bright sunny day. Oh, there's another car. Oh my god. We're doing 115 kilometers an hour, which is, that's a nice speed. We're quite happy with that. 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and we are not quite halfway. 311 kilometers done. Yeah, it's a long old trip. So 400 kilometers just over covered, 4 hours of driving, and down to 39%, and we've found this Engie charger. Going to have some lunch here, and we're plugged in and already charging at 73 kilowatts. So 550 kilometers done. We've got about 200 to go, and the range of the car is just saying 200. So we thought we'd stop en route and just plug in to make absolutely sure. And it's a Shell recharge station. Look, here we are, and doesn't accept my charge map card and doesn't accept my bank card. So sorry, I'm walking away. We live in a world where there's other chargers, which I hope to find on the way. I haven't done any planning, but chatting to a guy here, he said, oh yeah, there's plenty of other chargers between here and Metz in the Alsace, where we're heading. So about 195 kilometers to go now. So that Shell recharge didn't. Absolutely hopeless. So anyway, I pushed on a bit further, having spoken to someone at the Shell recharge place. They know we're going to Metz. There's lots of places en route, aren't there? He said, oh yeah. But in fact, the charge map app on my phone, it gave me the name of a place and that it was 50 kilometers away, and then it just disappeared. I don't know, maybe I had a bad signal or something, but anyway, we had no idea where we were going to charge after we turned onto a new auto route, Chalon en Champagne, and we were down to like 80 kilometers and there was no sign of any charges, so we pulled into one of those airs just to sort of use the loo and have a breath and say, what the hell are we going to do here? And we couldn't see, I still couldn't see that there was supposed to be a Fastned charger on this road, but for some reason the charge map app just wouldn't identify it. Even though it's charge map compatible, it wouldn't show up on my little screen on the phone, and the phone is fairly new. It's a Google Pixel 8, and anyway, we thought, what the hell are we going to do, because we've got 130 kilometers to go and we've only got like 80 or less of range. Anyway, we came out of this place and immediately there was a sign saying 20 kilometers charger. So anyway, we got down to 59 kilometers, which is very low for us. We never really and 19% of charge, but it's very hot. It's 30 degrees, driving into the wind, and we were only getting like 17.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, so it was not, you know, we were eating through the power. Anyway, there is a Fastned charger. We found it, 61 centimes a kilowatt hour, and I'm just going to get back up to 250-300 kilometers of range and finish off our day. We would have done about 740 kilometers today, and we would have driven for about 7 hours, I think, by the time we get there.